All right, welcome back to 2190 Live, everyone. I'm Zaina Allen. I'm here with Luvvie Ajayi. I am so excited to chat with
Hold
the
on.
author,
Love you, Ajayi Jones.
Ajayi Jones, excuse me, Luvvie Ajayi Jones.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to chat with the author of Little Troublemaker book series and her newest book, Little Troublemaker Defends Her Name, comes out in May, and we're here to chat all about it. So I absolutely love the idea of this book. My name is Zaina, and it's not an easy name to say either. I've gotten Zanya, I've gotten Zanye, I've gotten all these types of names growing up, and it was very hard for me to be proud, not to be proud of my name. You know what I'm saying? It was very hard for me to correct people growing up, and I feel like if I had a book like this, it would have definitely helped me out growing up, and I'm so excited that you are able to bring this to the children of the new generation and even some of the adults. So, how is that feeling for you that you're able to bring this type of pride to people?
No, it feels good. It's what I set out to do because I think so many of us are the people whose names were never on the keychains or the mugs, and we might have been teased because of it, or we spent a lifetime correcting people on our names. And I think it's important for kids to hear early on that their names are worth defending. And that's really what I wrote Little Troublemaker Defends Her Name for. It's to get them that messaging earlier, to affirm them and to make them know that like their big names are nothing to be ashamed of.
I love that. I love that. So what was that? Was that your experience growing up as well? Did you feel some sort of shame in your name?
I didn't feel shame in it, but I was irritated by the fact that people will pronounce it wrong all the time. And I think, we navigated it as best as we could at that point. But to be told earlier on that, like, yeah, it's okay to keep correcting people and do it every time is something that would have actually just helped me kind of get an extra ounce of confidence in having to correct teachers and students. And even now at my big age, I still correct people. So yeah, no, it's definitely from a personal experience.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, I think it was like I said, I think for me personally, I think that if I had someone tell me that's okay to correct people when they say your name wrong. Because I've let it slide so many times. Even now into my adulthood, I let it slide sometimes. I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna worry about it. I think it brings me peace, some sort of solace. Like I'm just like, you know what? It's cool. But it definitely is a good thing to make sure that you are telling people how exactly to pronounce your name because it's your name, it's your namesake, it's who you are, and it embodies you. So, how do you think that this will help children with unique names overcome the ostracization that they may feel growing up?
Yeah, I think in the book, a kid makes fun of Lovey's name on the first day of school and she gets in trouble for correcting him. Um, But at the end of it all, she ends up getting an apology from her teacher and the kid. And I think a lot of times people never get apologized to. So my hope is that it makes makes these little kids feel like, yeah, it can be wronged and they can speak up for themselves. And when they do, they might even get an apology. And I think it's just a powerful message for kids to hear because sometimes you just need the permission to hear and know that your voice matters and that yeah you do deserve I'm sorry and you do deserve to be seen and heard and you know encouraged, and maybe some good things can come from those moments too. So yeah, I just want the kids to feel empowered as a result, to feel more sure about themselves, and to know that they just deserve good things.
Absolutely, absolutely. Do you think that this will also help adults as well?
Absolutely. I think I've been sharing this story with adults, and a lot of adults are like, I'm going to buy this for me also. I'm going to buy multiple copies, one for my kid and one for me because I still needed to hear this. So, yeah, I've actually, out of all the books I've written, I think this one has been the one that's gotten the biggest emotional reaction from adults because as I post about it, everybody's like, oh my gosh, like, I need this now, today. And I think we're all just trying to heal our inner child. So, my hope is that my books help us do that.
And speaking of healing our inner child, we know that Little Troublemaker is you, essentially. So, how do you feel like
Hmm.
this has helped you making this book? How do you think that this has helped you grow in your adult?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I write Little Troublemaker books for myself, to be quite honest. I feel like they're the books that I'm writing to, 8-year-old me, things that I'm like, man, had she heard this, would have made her feel so much more bold and so much more sure. So frankly, I mean, I feel like I'm writing these books to me, honestly, and I think they've been really helpful because I feel like they're reparenting me. I am showing little Lovey the patience, the love, the grace that I think so many of us deserve and deserve to get. We may or may not have gotten it. But, one of the things about, this character is that she will never be humbled. In all the books that I write about her, she will always walk away feeling even better than she felt when she started. She will always feel loved no matter what her mistakes are. She will always know that, her voice matters, her feelings matter. And I think that's something that even at whatever age we are as adults, we still need to hear.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you hear those things when you were growing up?
Sometimes, but I was the little troublemaker who got in trouble for her mouth. So I probably didn't hear them as much as I needed to hear it. But when I heard it, it mattered so much. So that's also why I'm like, let's not take for granted the boldness of kids or even the boldness of our friends or even our own boldness. It's never, you'd never hear you matter enough. So I think we can always get that message out.
Absolutely, absolutely. I love to make sure that we uplift the kids because it's they're like
Yeah.
Whitney said, children are our future, you know? So
Yeah.
definitely it's important to give them this type of strength, this type of courage to be strong in who they are. And you're doing just that with the Little Troublemaker series. Now, I did hear you say that this one is your favorite, but how are we feeling about Little Troublemaker Makes a Mess in comparison to Defends Her Name?
Oh, I love Little Troublemaker Makes a Mess, my first one, because she really is, and it's all about her trying to make jollof rice, so you already know. But I mean, I loved that one, but I think this one speaks even more to childhood wounds and stuff that we're all still trying to deal with now. Like, because a lot of us with hard names, we still get it mispronounced every day if somebody's introducing us, meeting us, customer service calls us. So this one feels a little bit more personal and even more healing than Little Troublemaker Makes a Mess. And I think together, though, I think they really speak about dealing with these broke best friends, the little ones with the big hearts that sometimes gets them in big trouble. So I think a lot of parents have reached out to me about the first one about how much their kids love it. I think this one is going to get even more attention because now they're going to feel really seen in a real way.
Yes, absolutely. We love to make people feel seen. That's so important, especially people that look like us. It's very hard for
Yes.
us to be seen, especially in literature. So how long have you been wanting to make a book like this, like Little Troublemaker Defends Her Name?
Oh man, years. I've wanted to make this character, this central character, and watch her thrive. This little black girl with a fade, who is bold, who, speaks up, and who really cares about the world. She doesn't always get it right, but at least she tries. I've wanted to do it for a while. So to now be able to is such an honor.
And that is so exciting to see these that your dreams and your thoughts come to fruition. Um,
Yeah.
what is what's next for Little Troublemaker? What is she doing next?
Oh man. So Little Troublemaker is going to keep going. So next year in May 2026, is the third book, and that one's called Little Troublemaker Takes a Stand. And she stands up to a bully and has to learn a lesson herself because she doesn't necessarily do it in the right way. So, yeah, she's back at it, trying to do big things with her little heart and little body. And even if her execution is not great, she always learns a lesson and she always knows how to be more thoughtful next time. She grows from her mistakes. So, yeah, that's what's up for little Luvvie after she defends her name.
I love that. And I want to know, how do you see the legacy of Little Troublemaker coming about? Like, what do you want these books to do for kids, for adults, down the line?
I mean, I want people to walk away after Little Troublemaker books knowing that feeling seen. Honestly, it feels like a simple thing, but I want people to go, I know a little troublemaker, or I was a little troublemaker, and to feel affirmed. And I want kids to walk away knowing that they're never their biggest mistakes, right? Like knowing that they're always still lovable in spite of when they don't get it right. I don't want a lot of us grow up to be these perfectionists who are afraid to make mistakes because we define ourselves by them. And, the simple change of saying, it's okay to take risks. It's okay to make mistakes. You can always grow from it. I think it's even that is powerful. So if there is a legacy to the little troublemaker, it's that. It's that, yeah, you can always make a mess, but you can always clean it up.
I love it. I love to hear that. Now, my last question for you is really a question for little Lovey. I want to know what would little Lovey say to big Lovey today?
She would probably give her a high five and say, hey, you're doing really good.
I love it. I love it. I
Yeah.
love to hear it. Well, thank you so much, Lovey, for your time. I really appreciate it. You can guys can go ahead and cop your little troublemaker, excuse me, defends her name comes out in May, wherever you can get books. And we are so excited to read it and for the future of Little Troublemaker. Thank you so much, Lovey.
Thank you for having me.